Hi, my name is Bryn Kovalik, and this is my PowerPoint presentation on social intervention and behavior management. Today, we will be looking at how we collected data, an FBA, how I used the Ziggurat model, how I used a PBSP, the obstacles I overcame, what reinforcement methods I used, and progress monitoring. When collecting data, I observed an 8-year-old female with autism. Her name, we'll call her Bree. She was placed in an autistic emotional support classroom of 8 students. There's 1 teacher and 1 teacher's assistant. She was observed during learning time and social play. When observing this student, I noticed that she liked to play by herself. She liked to do things on her own and kind of kept off to the side by herself. Targeted behaviors were refusal to work with others, behaviors including screaming, eloping from the room, yelling no. I took some time to really sit down and watch her behaviors and see when they occurred and how they occurred. I tallied them in 30-minute increments, and then I tracked how long from start to end a behavior would occur. Ongoing assessments will be done weekly to ensure that the goals of the benchmark data is still accurate and if it needs to be changed. Some of the behavior and social skills. Bree, she prefers to work alone. When asked to work with a peer, she'll quickly yell no. Sometimes she does it repetitively and it's very loud. Sometimes she even runs to the door as if to escape the activity. Whenever she's presented with work, if you hand her the work, she'll quickly yell no. What we would like to see her do is be able to work with a peer or an adult, complete work without behaviors of concern, initiate play side by side with a peer, with peers in the classroom, and even incorporate role playing as if we were doing plays or just different types of emotional things in the classroom. The first intervention I used was an FBA, a functional behavior assessment. This is conducted whenever there's a change of a placement, such as the school that I'm going to or observing in, they are a private school. So with that, an FBA is to be conducted when the student enters the building. Students sometimes tend to have behaviors in different settings if they're supported in the right way. So our job at this school is to create an FBA right from the start so we can get a hold of the behavior and how we can shape it. So an FBA is a resource to guide effective practice in understanding a student's pattern of behaviors. Why is this happening? What's triggering this behavior? What does the behavior look like? And then consequences. What different things can we do to make sure that this behavior is not happening more and more? We want to limit that behavior and shape it. Bree, in this FBA, we noticed in doing the results of the FBA, she's trying to escape a non-preferred activity. She's trying to avoid completing a preferred task with a peer. She likes to do it by herself, and she likes to escape working with peers. So that information will be shaped and the things that we can work on within the classroom. The next one I used was the Ziggurat model. And this was nice because during this intervention, I was able to provide different ways that this model can help Bree in her classroom. There's different categories of the Ziggurat model, one being the sensory and biological section. During this, some things that we can do to help would be to allow movement during the learning. Instead of sitting in a seat, move around. Allow them to work on the floor. And I think this is great in this classroom because the kids sit on bean bags, they sit on a rocking chair, they can sit on a little coffee table, they can sit at their desk, sit on a mat. Anywhere in the room is suitable to get work done, which is great. And they already incorporate that into their classroom. They allow students to take breaks. They provide a visual schedule. I think Bree would really benefit from having a first then board. That might actually help her, which leads us to the next category, which is reinforcement. Offer magnets and dolls as a reward for positive behavior. I did a interest survey with the student and realized how much she loves magnets, how much she loves dolls, and that's the stuff that she enjoys working with. Using the first then board. First, we're going to do this, then you're going to get this. And you can even use those reinforcers on the board for the first and then. The next section is the visual tactile support. This is when you can have a peer buddy, you can build them into the routine, visuals for asking for help, using scripts, video models. I think Bree would really benefit from looking at a video to know what she's supposed to be doing. The next category is task demands and positive reinforcement. This would be to explain the nonverbals, not just saying, like pointing for her to do something, explain what you're doing. Adjust how you're talking to her, give her choices, and then have the whole class do physical responses. So it's not just her that you're working with, it's the whole class, so she sees that modeled behavior. Skills to teach would be when and how to ask for help, the appropriate way, and to teach how to work in a group and what each person's role is. The last intervention would be the positive behavior support plan. And this is what we talked about in the beginning. The FBA kind of shapes what a positive behavior support plan is. The FBA is a way of dissecting what the behaviors are, why they are. And the positive behavior support plan is something that is going to be set up that will track her completing non-preferred activities or completing preferred activity with an unfamiliar peer. It sets them up for success, and the positive behavior support plan is great in this school because most of the kids have a positive behavior support plan, and it's tracked daily and by 30-minute increments, which completely gives you a bigger picture as if the interventions are working or not. Some of the obstacles that I overcame or had to deal with were that if she came in a bad mood, she did not want to do anything and she refused to do any work. If a peer that she enjoyed working with was not there that day, it was very hard for her to stay focused. She was very upset, not easily consoled. And her teacher is one that she's very safe with. And when that teacher is not there or she's asked to work with an unfamiliar staff, she gets very upset. Like I said before, she was given an interest survey, and we found out that she likes the magnets and the dolls. So using them to incorporate what she can and can't do and how well she does it, she can have rewards for it. She also really likes coloring with markers. So having the markers and paper available for her after she's done. First this, then she can color. And lastly, the data will be checked on a point sheet that they use in the classroom. And this will be tracked every 30 minutes. And we will revisit this at all times so we can be able to tell if the interventions we are using work or not work.